This podcast is produced by To the Moon Creative, located in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Whether you're an established or a new podcaster, To the Moon Creative offers the highest quality audio and HD multi-camera video podcasts. And if you already record your own podcasts, To the Moon Creative also offers affordable audio and video editing services with guaranteed fast turnaround time. For more information, find us online at www.ttmcreative.com. At To the Moon Creative, we do more than just get your podcast off the ground. We help you take it to the moon.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Model Connection. I'm your host, Eric Harrell. Please like, follow, or subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on social media at Model Connection Podcast. Thank you. And I do want to welcome my guest tonight. She is a very lovely lady that I'm sure that all of you will enjoy listening to, viewing on this episode. Her name is Ketzali Betancourt.
That's
How are you
right.
doing tonight, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So, let's start out by saying that you are in the military, which I thank you for your service.
Happy to
I
hear
am
it.
I am very honored to have you here. Thank you. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm going to school at UAB for accounting. I'm working full time as well, and that mostly takes up all of my time. I do my modeling part time during the weekend, and I'm mostly into fitness. Like, I always try to keep up a workout regiment, even with my busy schedule.
Okay, so how many hours per day do you devote to your fitness?
I would say good 3 hours a night. I can only work out after work, and I work night shift, so after 12.
Wow, so you got a late schedule, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how long have you been modeling?
For about 7 months.
7 months. And I've seen some images of yours, and they are amazing. Thank you. You are turning out some great work. For the 7 months you have been modeling, what got you started in modeling? What was it that helped you decide you want to give this a try? What was it that gave you the nudge?
Well, I started modeling after I deployed. Before that, I've always been interested in doing it before I did some pageant work,
Mm-hmm.
but I never thought that I would be a right fit for modeling because I'm only 5'2", and I've always seen models that are taller than that.
You can model when you're 5 foot, 5'2", 6 foot. It doesn't matter. If you want to model, you can model. You just find the niche that suits you and go for it.
Mm-hmm. So after I deployed, I realized no better time to start now. If I'm interested in doing it, then I should just start getting into it.
In what categories of a modeling do you feel you are best suited for? What is your brand based on? Is it a casual, editorial, print, fitness, a glamour? What category does your brand fall in?
I would say glamour, fashion, and body art.
Body art.
Yes. I've done one or two body art shoots, and I love doing those the most.
Okay, for those of us that may not know all that is body art, tell us about it. What is body art modeling?
It's where sometimes it's a photographer or that is also an artist, or they have an artist, and they just paint my body in either maybe a painting of something specific. It could be line work. It could be, well, last shoot I did was neon colors
Okay.
that had a psychedelic look to it.
I think I saw that image too, and it looks wow. Okay, it's kind of wow. Great, great. So now, what is it about the body art that attracted you?
Just how different it was from the regular photo shoots I've done
Mm-hmm.
because I love the artistic part of it. The time it takes to draw or paint it all out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've only done where it's painted out with an art brush,
Yes.
and I did try to do it with airbrush, but that didn't really work out. So we just did it with paintbrush.
Okay. The preparation time for that. How long does it take to get everything exactly right so the photographer can take the first shot?
It
How
dep-
many hours?
it depends. Last shoot I did was just from the waist up,
Okay.
and that took 4 to 5 hours to do. If for a whole body, that takes, depending on how complicated the piece is, maybe up past 6 hours
Oh my gosh.
before taking a single photo.
Talk about having patience. You got to have the patience of God to do that, okay? The images, thoughts that you had about modeling before you deployed, and and the images that you have of modeling now, have they changed? If so, how have they changed?
After I deployed, I saw that it was more open, that people of all different body shapes, sizes could get into it and find their own niche where they could really be successful.
Right, right.
Before that, I thought it was more like a single body type that fit most categories.
Mm-hmm. And now you're saying that if you want to model, you can do it. You just got to get started.
Hmm.
You just got to find a niche that you are comfortable with, whether it be all fashion, whether it be editorial or glamour. If you feel you are perfect for a style of of a modeling, you set your mind to it, you go for it, and don't look back.
Hmm.
Great, great. That's a great attitude. Um, what has the past 7 months taught you about yourself?
I found out that I have more courage, and I learned how to be more open with people. Because before I was more shy and I didn't really take that many photos before
Mm-hmm.
or interact with new people that well. But after modeling, I got more comfortable with being out there, trying new styles, being more daring with the looks,
Mm-hmm.
and just interacting with the photographers.
Okay. You said you've got a background in pageants.
Hmm.
So your background in pageants, it should have prepared you for modeling. It should help you with any possible shyness. Um, you should be comfortable in front of people. So, you being shy, as you say, and then having that pageant background, I'm like, wait a minute now. Anyone that has done pageants, you're not shy, okay? Because you're in evening gowns, you're giving personal interviews in front of judges. Uh, being shy, nah, nah. I just don't picture you as a shy person. You really don't.
With pageants, it was a little different. They were smaller for school, so there wasn't a whole lot of interaction with other people. With a photographer, I think it's more one on one,
Okay, okay.
spending time trying to figure out the best poses, how they want the look to come out, and just it's more interaction than I was used to before. With
Okay.
pageantry, it was just me trying to figure out how to walk, what I needed to do, things I needed to say.
And with modeling, you've got to understand how to pose yourself to get the best image.
Hmm.
You've got to understand lighting, how lighting affects you. You've got to understand basically outfits. What type of outfit do I wear so I can look my best?
Mhm.
What type of outfit? One size does not fit all, okay? So you cannot go to Goodwill every time and find the best outfit. Sometimes you've got to really look and search.
Mhm.
In your 7 months of modeling, what have you learned about the industry that you did not know before?
I learned it's you need to have a lot of patience with it because there was a lot of times where I wasn't getting work or having anything to do. So I had to learn that I need to be patient, that it doesn't come right away, that it's a process that takes time.
With you being on this podcast, you should get plenty of job opportunities because that is the purpose of this podcast. I want to help you further your career. You are a beautiful young lady. You've got poise, you've got character, you've got intellect. Um, there is no reason why anyone would not want to work with you whatsoever. I mean, I'm sold on you already. Okay. Are there many casting calls that you respond to? Are there many photographers that you reach out to for a possible work? How have you been going about finding job opportunities?
I've mostly been using Facebook. I'm part of a local Alabama photography and modeling
Okay.
group, and
Okay.
I found some work helping out local photographers that need help with fashion shoots, expanding their portfolios, or just helping with promotional work for local clothing lines
Okay.
for
Okay.
entrepreneurs.
Okay. You said Alabama Modeling Group. Which one, if I may ask?
It's Bir- uh not it is Birmingham, Alabama Modeling Group.
I may be the moderator of that group.
Oh yeah?
I am a moderator. I know of one group in Alabama on Facebook, and I think it is Birmingham. I'd have to go back on my social media to find out exactly why, but I may be the moderator of that group. So I've got the power. I can really plug you on that group now. Wow. Okay, that's interesting to know. What criteria do you use to make your decision on whether or not you want to work with that photographer or not?
I mostly look at their past work, what they post on social media, and try to see about past models that worked with them to see how they are as a person. Because that's what I mostly look at if our interactions with each other will be have this a nice flow to it.
Hmm. So, I do agree in your criteria, your search. That is a very wise thing to do. How were you at your first photo shoot?
My first photo shoot, I was a little nervous, but the photographer was really nice and he was really good at giving me directions, like help me with the poses. The first shoot was actually for his wife. She has her own shop on Instagram and I was
Okay.
doing promotional work for her.
Are you still offering a TFP, or are you venturing into the paid for work aspect? How do you categorize yourself in that area?
I mostly do paid work now. Before I did more TFP, but I still do TFP on occasion, depending on
Okay.
the project.
Okay. Were you given any advice by anyone before you started modeling or shortly thereafterwards?
Not before. Afterwards, I did get some advice about being patient and being open minded, and also to just work with the photographer, be flexible on scheduling. Some photographers are better at giving directions than others. So just being patient with each other.
Mm-hmm. Where do you hope that your modeling takes you in I'm gonna say 5 years? Where do you want to be?
In 5 years, I want to be in magazines. I want to do more fashion work
Okay.
and hopefully be in a more bigger city. Right now, I'm in Birmingham,
Okay.
which is pretty big, but I would rather be in a bigger city that has more of a fashion industry in it.
I can help you get published in a magazine that will help you get to other magazines. I've done it before, and I have all but put up my camera to do this podcast, but I will bring it back out for special occasions. If I run into a lady that wants to get published in magazines, I'll do my darndest to help her. So if you are willing to come back up here someday and us do a shoot, I can get you published. Okay, I can pretty well guarantee that.
I would love to.
Great, great. If you will, please tell us what we are looking at.
I for this photo, I am sitting on a small stepladder, arms crossed, my legs are crossed. I'm wearing a red satin dress with gold dragons printed on it. It's a strappy back to it, and I'm wearing, I would say, black strap heels that you have to tie around your legs.
Okay, and whose idea was it to have you sit on a step ladder?
Oh, the photographer.
Photographer, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay, and tell us about this image. Where was that taken at?
That was taken in Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa.
Yes. This is actually a cartoon version of the actual photo of we were doing swimsuits, and this is a black and white cover up with black booty shorts.
Okay. Okay. And that was at a park in Tuscaloosa or
Yes,
where? Okay.
it was a little off the regular park trail,
Okay.
right by the water.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is a nice image. Okay. Okay. Now this is the body art you were talking about before. Please tell me what you remember about this image. How long did it take you to do that? I want to know.
For the entire paint job, that was about 4.5 hours.
Patience, patience.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is a glamour image, very beautifully done.
Yes, this is a boudoir photo shoot. Uh, they're it's a couple. They do boudoir shoots. Their business is called Untold Boudoir.
Untold Boudoir. Okay, okay. And where are they located at?
They are in Alabama too. I'm not sure where they are. They have their own Facebook group. You can find them on Facebook.
Okay, now it looks like they have got a three light setup to your left, possibly three more to your right. As far as all backlit. Um, you're in a very nice looking outfit.
I have my Rosa from Brooklyn 59 face on.
Rosa from Brooklyn 59. Okay, wow.
And I'm wearing a red lace teddy, black leather jeans. Well, not jeans, black leather pants. They're around my ankles, and I have garters on.
That is that is a very nicely done image.
This one, I'm wearing a tan trench coat dress. I'm sitting on a yellow couch. My legs are cross legged, and I'm wearing tan boots that they go up just below my knees.
Mm-hmm.
And that was more of a casual shoot where just a casual setting in a business office.
Okay. And that was also done in Alabama or
Yes.
okay, great, great. So you have done basically all of your modeling in Alabama, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As far as your traveling preferences, are you limited to how far you will travel for a shoot?
Not really. Depending on the shoot, if I really want to do the project, I will
Hmm.
make the trip.
Okay, okay. What are the type of shoots that really interest you that gets your creative juices flowing? If I wanted to work with you, what concept would you really like to shoot?
Fashion shoots.
Fashion shoots. Okay.
Yes.
Why?
I just like to experiment with the clothing, trying new styles, trying new looks, just doing something different.
So the Vogue look is more you than, say, a Maxim look?
Mm, I would say so.
Okay, great, great. So, fashion it is. So, photographers, um, fashion ideas, Vogue magazine looks, editorial looks. This lady will be an ideal model for you. I would not turn my back on the fitness shoot. I think you could probably talk her into doing a fitness shoot as well. But fashion really is the twinkle in her eye, shall I say. Correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay, great, great. Modeling has it made you more um able to be in front of people? Has it made you be able to well, I should say, has it helped you, not made, helped you, help you be more um people friendly?
Yes. It's helped me interact with people more naturally instead of being hesitant
Mhm.
and just a little less awkward when interacting with new people.
What are issues that you feel need to be talked about?
I'd say knowing when it's okay to walk away from a shoot. I haven't had it done to me, but I've known models that have had it done to them where they've went to a shoot and they met the photographer and they're different than what they presented from talking to them before the shoot. Sometimes it's a bait and switch where they try to make them do something else than what was agreed upon,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
they aren't being respectful to the model and they're crossing a boundary or trying to cross a boundary and making the model feel unsafe.
What would you tell a new model to keep that from happening?
I would say set your boundaries and stick to your guns. Trust that instinct inside of you of saying, this isn't what I wanted, and it's okay that I leave because it's not how I want to do it, so it's not going to happen. It's okay to say that, and it's okay to walk away.
Are you a proponent of always having an escort with you at every shoot?
Not every shoot. I if it's a shoot that's it's a complete stranger. Some shoots I would say bring someone, but I've done work with a photographer many times. I don't need to do that anymore after I
Okay.
get to know them a couple times.
And if a model has had that happen to her and she has gotten, I'll say, gun shy of shooting again, what would you tell her to try to, as they say, get back in the saddle again and try it again? What would you tell her to help her get over this fear?
I would say not every photographer is the same.
Right. Right.
Just like not everyone's the same. Some people uh, act inappropriately, but there are very good and inappropriate photographers out there that are very respectful, and it's never worth it to give up on what you want to do.
Very, very good advice. And I hope that any young model that is listening to this podcast and watching on YouTube takes that advice to heart. This young lady knows what she is talking about because I fully agree with her in everything that she has just said. Um, I I am a proponent of bringing an escort with you. As she said, to shoots. Um, when you get comfortable with a photographer, it's okay. But on a first time shoot with a photographer, always have someone. I don't care if it's your boyfriend, your husband, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your best friend. Bring someone with you, okay? How does your family react about your modeling?
They weren't expecting it at first that I would try to do it just because it's completely different to my other side where I'm in the military, always working, and I didn't show an outwardly interest in doing fashion shoots,
Mm-hmm.
being in front of the camera all the time. And it hasn't really interacted, well, my personal life with my modeling life. It hasn't interacted that much.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I have a good balance where I keep them both separate. Just, I treat it as if it's a job where it stays on one side and my personal life's on the other side.
Great, great. I hope that they do support you and that they are behind you all the way. Um, Modeling is not an easy industry to be in.
Hmm.
You've got to be thick skinned, okay? I say that because from a photographer's viewpoint, um, we've got our different styles of photographing women. Not everyone will like our style. Not everyone will hate it. You've got to find your niche as a photographer as you do a model. How difficult is it to find work only as a fashion model? Or is it difficult?
I'd say it is pretty difficult trying to find a specific, well, photographers that I've met haven't done specifically fashion.
Okay.
They do it with something else. Some I've done fashion to promote other companies or
Okay. Okay.
entrepreneurs trying to sell clothes. And that's mostly where I've done it for fashion.
Okay. Um, I know that some photographers, I included, they have gone all out, but they've paid for a hair, a makeup artist for the shoot. You do your own hair, makeup, or do you prefer having a makeup artist at the shoot? Which is your preference?
I prefer either. Depending on the shoots, if it's something simple or something I think that I could do on my own, then I'll
Hmm.
just do on my own. If the photographer prefers more professional look, then I'm happy to do it too.
Okay, great, great. For the people out there that want to contact you, how may they contact you on social media?
On my Instagram page is mostly where I communicate on my modeling. It's Violet, Violet, Lee, Leee, just two E's, 2001 on my Instagram page.
So that is basically the main way people can contact you.
I also can be contacted on Facebook, and that's just my full name, Ketzali Betancourt.
Photographers, you really need to work with this lady. She is a delight. She has got intellect. She has got personality. She's got character. A beautiful young lady. You can do a fashion shoot with her, a fitness shoot, a glamour shoot with her. As I've seen her images now, you cannot go wrong with photographing this lady. Thank you for being here.
I'm glad to be here.
Great. I want to thank you for tuning in to the Model Connection podcast. Please like, follow, or subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on social media at Model Connection Podcast. Thank you.